I don't know.
Like I could go without it.
They put it in my beer, and that's, I don't know. Don't put squash and don't put fruit in the beer.
I will take a good Oktoberfest, but like not a pumpkin spice gal.
Yeah, no, you don't put squash and fruit in beer. Grace, are you with me?
I am against both of you. I am going to get a pumpkin spice latte as soon as this is done.
She goes get a pumpkin spice beer and then throws a lemon in it.
No. Well, Grace, we'll let it slide. We'll let it slide.
We will let it slide.
We'll just let it slide. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on with your top story today for our Tuesday morning, Grace. It's been a while since we've had you on FreightWaves Now.
Yeah, I know. It's been a good week or so. I haven't seen you in forever. So excited to see you today and the great quarter gals later on. And speaking of great quarter gals, hitting the logbook this weekend was Schneider and Ride of Pride are two very close entities. Ride of Pride is a program put on by Freightliner that helps give honored veteran drivers, military veteran drivers in this industry, really great custom wrapped truck for their time in the service and their time spent on the road and keeping, of course, our roads safe at the same time. And Schneider's been on top of Ride of Pride. I think about 14% of all of their drivers are veterans, and they've received since 2001 about 15 different Ride of Pride trucks.
Yeah, this is number 15, right?
Yes,
this is number 15. The trucks are badass. If you haven't seen the article, you look at those trucks. They are not what you think they're going to be. They're super cool. I love them. What is significant about this one, the 15th?
The 15th is actually Schneider's first female awarded truck. So I actually, a little surprised by it that it took this long. But Patrice Cook is the honorary awardee of this truck this year. I think this is their third or fourth truck so far this year. I think we highlighted one a couple weeks ago as well. And what's really cool about this program is you get this really cool truck that you get to take to different community events, different parades, and all of them actually get together every single year. I believe it's the first week of December, and they all help the group Wreaths Across America deliver wreaths to a cemetery in Washington, D.C. To honor veterans as well. So it's not only something that, of course, is going to be recognized on the road. I'm sure as someone who loved going on road trips as a kid and honking at trucks, this is going to be a really cool one for kids to see on the road. But more important, it allows all of these really great veteran drivers to get together every single year and do this really great Wreaths of Across America drive from, I believe, Maine down to D.C. So congratulations to her. It's great that we finally are seeing a lady out of Schneider grab one of these.
Yeah, just real quick, Grace, that Wreaths Across America, they go to cemeteries all over the United States. It's not just down to D.C., so you can nominate your own cemeteries and all that kind of stuff. And talking to those drivers, that is a huge, huge honor to drive those. Talking to ones that have done it, it's unbelievable. Very, very cool.
Yeah. Debbie Sparks, who was a big part of a Women in Trucking in the past, now leads and is on the board for Wreaths Across America because it takes a lot of drivers to be a part of it in order for everyone to pull it off. So you don't really think about that, right? The logistics behind a lot of these nonprofits, but this is a big one in particular that they need trucks and trucking companies help like no other. So it's cool to see these two initiatives work together in some type of way.
Absolutely. So I was showing, this is that truck, right? If you guys can see that, it's a little tricky to see there.
Cook right in front of it, right?
That's Patrice right there. And the cool thing that we were talking about in the article, Grace, is that she served 2 active duty tours and then came back, made the decision with a friend to enter as a team driver for Schneider. And now she gets this incredible solo honor, which is amazing to see not only that career growth, but that really good jumping off point that comes from being a veteran and that support that works hand in hand with the trucking industry.
Oh, 100%. I agree with you, and it's great to see, especially when we talk about getting younger individuals into the industry. She's been driving trucks, I'm sure, well before 21. So it's it's really cool to see that when she did get her time here, that she was with a team, with someone she knew, and just taking the skills that she had in the military and applying it here to the roads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did. She does a lot of work helping other militaries being decommissioned, coming out of the military, assimilated into civilian life and jobs and that type of stuff. So kudos to her. Great accomplishment. I think one of the great things, though, as well, is almost. It's the shock that we are, the three of us are like, how is this only the first
woman?
Yeah.
That's kind of. It's double-edged it's kind of like, why hasn't this happened? But it's also kind of cool to think, well, shouldn't this have happened 10 years ago?
Right.
It's and it probably should have, no doubt about it. But it's very, very awesome.
Well, to bring that up, another highlight that we had in the logbook this week too was the Women in Trucking Diversity Index that comes out every single year. And what's interesting about that is they broke down the positions, specific positions that are held by women at every single company average, right? And the lowest percentages, actually C-suite levels were held by 33% women, company leadership 39%, board of directors 31%, talent HR 74%. I could have probably guessed that one. But technicians sit at 3.7% and professional drivers sit at 13%. So, at one level you want to say, wow, I'm surprised that hasn't happened. But we also are still working on getting more female drivers into this industry. And I think that's probably why this statistically hasn't worked out yet for Schneider. But it's great to see that they're making their way through the times, and think of how many more women they're probably going to recruit with this honored award as well, especially military women.
Yeah. Absolutely, and I love that you bring that up, right? Because not only is this a great sense of pride for Patrice, but this is a great recruiting tactic as well for Schneider and for their brand as a whole. And obviously, we know that they take great care of their veteran drivers. Do we see any other companies putting out a good initiative like this to take care of their veterans as well?
Yeah, so these are actually awarded to a number of companies within the industry. Heartland Express, I know, has been awarded a few this year. I've seen Old Dominions grabbed a couple as well. I believe what they do is once they have someone that they feel like should be honored with the truck, you apply for it for your company and for that driver, and then a number of them are given out throughout the year. So this is, again, Schneider's grabbed the most out of every national carrier. But there have been some held by others in the past as well. I believe Bennett Companies has grabbed a couple too. I know they're a big part of Reese Across America as well. So big and small have been able to get these trucks, and they're all really, really, really cool.
So they apply to Ride of Pride, not Freightliner in particular, right? So Ride of Pride contracts Freightliner to wrap these trucks for those nominees that they feel win this award this year, or however.
It is a Freightliner initiative, actually.
Oh, okay.
It was started.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah, it was an idea of I believe a serviceman in Freightliner actually proposed it because he felt like it was something that they should start doing. Yeah, shift manager at Freightliner proposed it once, the trucking manufacturer, and ever since then they've been just having companies apply for it over time, and then they give out a certain number. It's not always the same number, but they do give out at least, I'd say I've seen between like 5 and 10 every single year.
Yeah, well, it's good it's not a finite number or defined static number, because it makes it more legitimate. I think you don't have to do 5 this year, right?
Yeah, and I think it allows the trucking companies to really, award it in their own space and time, right? Like, these are all going to drivers who have had millions of miles of safe driving, who have gone above and beyond. And with something this cool and this special, you want to make sure it's someone who truly, truly deserves it.
Right on.
Awesome, Grace. So thank you for bringing us this story. Of course, we will talk to you a little more this afternoon for our next episode of Great Quarter Gals. Into that at 3 o'clock, and I'll see you there.
See you soon.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back with another check of weather, and Mary O'Connell is going to join us in just a few minutes.